James Harden? Cool. Oh, CJ McCullough's on fire? All right, cool. You like Tyrese Maxey? Cool. Oh, y'all been talking this Donovan Mitchell shit, huh? Cool. You're at the last step of Mortal Kombat before KC wins. You reach Goro.
Not the final boss.
You're the final boss. Before KC wins, you meet the final boss. So we'll see what happens, man.
Facts. Okay, second team, we got Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, KD, Jaylen Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell. Mace, how are you feeling about this one?
I don't like this list.
Okay.
I don't like this list. I like Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brunson, KD, Kawhi. Kawhi did play very well, but he had a lot of load management. Like, I think we gotta stop giving people awards that are not playing the game. Like, if they're taking a lot of time off and then coming back and playing, it's like they're playing rested while other people are playing the entire time.
Along with your hosts, Mace and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
Mace, what's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I see these colors, man, and I don't like it. I'm just going to start off the show. Stat, you, orange, blue.
Tangerine. It's tangerine, man. It's springtime fun, man. Like, it's tangerine.
Like mauve.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to. This is not the same color. If you put mine next to Stat, it's just two totally different things, man.
And Stat, I don't have time for it early this morning. For real, Stat, just... Who is it? Whose number do you have on?
I just feel like
is it 25? What's the number?
Yeah, it's 25. I just feel like, and I'm not switching teams. I'm gonna make that very clear.
Oh my goodness!
It's just their moment, and I'm not gonna lie. I doubted the Knicks. So this is just
their moment or is a moment?
That's subjective.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Because you're saying it's their moment. You got on 25. Is it 25 for Mikal Bridges or is that Derrick Rose?
D-Roses, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's their moment. That's all. I'm making it clear. I don't need y'all coming for me. Y'all got it. Congrats. And we're going to start with that game because there's been a sweep. So the Knicks advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999 after beating the Cavs 130-93. Mace, was this series a shock to you? How do you feel about them advancing?
Man, this series, it definitely wasn't a shock to me. I knew the Knicks would win. When we started this year, we said that we were expecting the Knicks to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. So for everybody getting all crazy, I'm still not surprised yet. This is exactly where I predicted from Titletown for them to be. But I don't know if they cut the nets down. I don't know if they pop champagne. I don't know if it's confetti yet. I don't know if it's the trophy of all trophies. They can do it though, but I'm not sure. The Wemby they beat is not the Wemby of today. And SGA looks like he's not going for it. So I think I share the same sentiment that the West Coast will lift the trophy up. So I like this series. I like the way they got them out of their paws quick. I wasn't expecting James Harden to be down on the floor like cones. James Harden, they're using you like cones out there, right? When you're teaching a kid how to play, that's what it looked like. I mean, and not just cones out there. This last game, it was like, you get a dunk, now you get a dunk. You get a dunk, now you get it. I saw Landry go baseline and get a dunk. You got Mikal doing fadeaways. You got OG getting a dunk and then come down and get another dunk. It was just over before it started. Once I saw the first quarter, I knew it was going to be this the game. They're gonna close them out. And the Knicks, shout out to the Knicks, though. They did exactly what they supposed to do. They did what they got paid to do. Mike Brown, shout out to you. But I can't celebrate too early. I've been here before. I've seen this exact film 2 times before, so I'm not excited.
Yeah, I concur. I'm not excited, though. We actually predicted this at the beginning of the season. And what happens is, this is what we're talking about when it comes to Knicks fans. Everything's a celebration. Now, don't get me wrong, you went further than you went actually last year, but that's why I told Nick to pull up some of the footage when we predicted this in October and November. Actually, Mace and myself actually said that we thought that the Knicks should get to the finals, primarily because Jason Tatum wasn't playing, Tyrese Halliburton was hurt. We didn't know it was a mess in Milwaukee. We seen Joel Embiid not be healthy, and that actually happened. So everything that we actually said actually happened. So what Mace said is 100% absolutely correct. Now back to this series and what the Knicks are doing right now, they're absolutely looking amazing. 11-game winning streak, winning closed out games on the road. Average margin of victory is 20 points per game. I can't say enough about what they're doing. They're on a historic run right now as far as what they're playing, as far as how they're playing. But as far as being excited, the answer to that question, no, I'm not excited. This is absolutely what we said was going to happen. But what I will say is this: it looked like we watched two players this postseason. Pardon me, not post in this playoffs get old in front of our eyes. First was Paul George. I don't think there's no turnaround for Paul George. I think we watched him get old right in front of us, and James Harden as well. We watched him turn 87 years old yesterday, right in front of our eyes. We've seen it all season. But this last game, the last two games look crazy. Mace alluded to him being Cone. I would say the same thing. I was actually, we was in the house calling him a mannequin. He was just standing there. He wasn't doing anything. I had the privilege to work with my man Mike Wilborn, who's I'm a big fan of, last week. And he told me, he was on the show on First Take, and he said, we was talking about the Greek Freak, and he said, I don't want to talk about the Greek Freak. He's a rumor. And James Harden is a rumor. I'm stealing that. He's a rumor. One of the people like that you say, nah, he used to be I'm telling you, he was nice. He's a myth right now. He's one of them niggas that you be like, yo, that nigga's all right. So I will say this, because I will say this to the Knicks fans. I owe you 100% apology as far as saying that bigger guards and saying that Jaylen Brunson will have a problem when he goes against James Harden and a bigger guard. No, he didn't have a problem whatsoever. I didn't know that James Harden wasn't playing defense this year. And he was just let niggas go right past him. So I do want to apologize about that. I want to say this about the Knicks as well. They, like I said, the historic run, but what I like most about the Knicks as well, and I know I was making fun of his name, I want to apologize to him, even though I'm not fucking with your name, Landry Shaman. You're fucking, he's hit 10 3-pointers out of 11 throughout the whole series, which was incredible. So he's looking like the Kyle Korver, the Dale Ellis, the Rick Fox, whoever you want to call, to actually help this team out. Even though the Knicks are closing out, they won by 40 points last night. They won by 40 points. Now I would say this, that Mike Brown is actually on the clock. You won the 2 games that the Knicks couldn't win last year, and now you have to deliver a championship. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about who they could play next contention, but I do want to say congratulations to the New York Knicks. This is nothing that we didn't expect. I know y'all are excited, but we said that this should happen in October.
Are we ready to say that James Harden just don't do well in the end of the playoffs? Like, this is the way he's always ended in playoffs. Just don't show up in the game that counts.
Well, I don't even see him doing good in the first couple games, let alone the games that don't count. I think what happened to me, my personal opinion is that we are spoiled with people like LeBron James and people like Steph Curry and people like Kevin Durant, because they're playing good into their late 30s and early 40s, that we think that's supposed to happen for all superstars. And Father Time is not going to wait for everybody. Everybody's not going to have the Kevin Durant who just made second-team All-NBA. Everybody's not going to have the Steph Curry career. Everybody's not going to have the LeBron James career. Some niggas going to hit 36, and it's that time to tap out. We've seen it happen to Charles Barkley at 36 years old. Dwayne Wade tapped out at 36 years old. Everybody's not going to play as well as certain people that's in their late 30s and early 40s. I just think that we got spoiled by the superstars that we've seen of late, my personal opinion.
That's a really good point, because we are given unrealistic expectations just from what we've seen, but that's not normal at all. So shout out to them guys that can actually do it. So Cam, I want to ask you this question because we spoke about it last week. We were talking about how Jaylen Brunson has been able to do what he's done for the Knicks and how he hasn't had a nickname, because in New York, you'll always give somebody a nickname. So one, I was curious on your thoughts about that. And then two, the nickname that has now been going around has just been Big Body Brunson. So how do y'all feel about that?
That's not really new. They've been calling him that since last year. Mm-hmm. I'm not calling no nigga big body nothing.
Is crazy.
I don't care how
that's why I'm asking the panel.
I'm not calling a nigga that, but that's what they've been calling him since last year. I think Kendrick Perkins gave him that name.
Yes.
I'm not calling him that. His name's Jaylen Brunson. If you want to come up with a new nickname that I think is cool, it's cool. No, I don't like the nickname. I'm not going to call him that, but to each his own. Yo, what up, big body? Nah, I'm just not comfortable saying that to a nigga. But that's me.
I'm assuming you're in agreement, Mace, because we were like, what's the nickname going to be? And I was like, Big Body Brunson. I've heard it, but I've never actually called him that.
Yeah, I'm not calling him that. What I will say is this, though, about the Knicks and Jaylen Brunson, is that I like their character as far as looking at their body language. When we looked at this series that just passed, right, they were down, even though they had a little rest, they were down 18, and I think that's what took the air out of Cleveland that first game, being up 18 points with a little over 7 minutes to go in the game, end up losing the game, then the Knicks come back and go on a run 3 games straight and kick their ass. But I really like the body language on the Knicks. You know, we could see people who give up, and Cleveland gave up basically in game 3. Their body language said, man, just get this shit over with. Last night, no different from game 3. They gave up. But I will say this about the Knicks, is that their body language is no celebration. They don't want no street names this year. They don't want you to light up the Empire State Building, even though the fans are going to go crazy, so on and so forth. And the New York Knicks fans, they travel. They took over Cleveland Arena. They took over Atlanta Arena. They took over Philly Arena. Them niggas is out and about. But I will say this. I don't see smiles on Jaylen Brunson's face after it's over. I don't see a bunch of jumping up and down, and he sets the tone. So even if you want to get excited, when you see your leader with that face like, fuck is we excited about, that makes you be like, nah, let me calm the fuck down because the job isn't complete. So I will say this, that I'm very, very proud, because I like that shit, that the Knicks body language is like, all right, cool, we here, but this ain't what we come to do. We ain't come to just get here. We came to win. And when your leader has that tone, then shit, the rest of you got to have that tone. You know what I mean? So I do like that about that.
Yeah, I think Josh Hart has been a real difference maker on this team, at least the last game. Not the last game, but the game 3, when he came out and hit all those threes. I know we didn't get a lot to talk about that, but I think he won that game, and then this last game was just over before it started.
Yeah. Okay, so now looking on the flip before we go to this next series, if you're Cleveland, right, are you running this score back, or do you feel like they need some major changes?
You definitely got to make major changes because when you look at this team, what they lack is what I talked about all last week. They lack a point guard. They lack somebody who can actually control the floor. I think sometime when you have so many combo guards who does so well in the NBA, and when they get into those critical moments, the right decision doesn't get made with the ball. We saw that in the life of Russell Westbrook versus Chris Paul. We saw that, and we saw that with James Harden. We saw that with so many other people. Like, they could play it for a moment, but in those crucial times, they just don't have the wherewithal when it comes to a point guard to make sure that they make those right agreements. And then when they don't do that, it seems like the game gets away from them, and it'd be games they should have won, they don't win just because of that mindset. So I think they definitely need a point guard. This is when they needed the guard that they traded to the Clippers. They really needed him in this series.
He talking about Darius Garland. Yeah, look, I think it's not just player and personnel changing. You got to hire a nigga who know how to coach defense. You know, when you let two games go where the Knicks go on 18-point runs without stopping it, 2 games in a row, one time the Knicks are down, and another time they just extended the lead after they go on an 18-point run, you're not good at coaching defense and making adjustments going game to game. I'm talking about Kenny Atkinson. Not only that, the nigga said the dumbest shit in the world before yesterday's game. He said, well, 2 out of the 3 games, we won by the analytics. If you look at the analytics, we won. What the fuck is you talking about, man? The analytics, y'all won. Yo, you can't take the analytics to the chip with you, my nigga. Yo, look, we won the analytics race if this count. Nigga, what is you fucking talking about? You won the analytics competition. This is not the analytics competition, my nigga. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When he said that shit, I wish I was next to the nigga with a white glove and slapped the nigga with it. One of them old school shit and just slapped the nigga backwards with the white glove or had some baby powder on my hand. What do you mean that the 3 games y'all lost, y'all won 2 of the analytics out of the analytics race of competition? And see, that's when you depend on analytics too much and you don't go by the eye and you don't go by instinct and you don't go by what you feel. Because the analytics says so. So you lose the game by 20 points, but you won an analytics contest. Listen, I'm not saying fire the nigga, but I don't fucking know what to do with a nigga who gonna tell me that we won an analytics battle, right, y'all? Right? We won that one, right? Yo, no, you didn't. Y'all, well, if you did, it didn't matter. Y'all lost. So that's first and foremost. You got to bring somebody in there who's going to help. And I'm not saying fire him, but he's going to have to help somebody, bring somebody in there who don't give a fuck about the analytics, who cares about defense and know how to make adjustments in the series, game to game, game by game. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I don't know if I want James Harden back on my team. Look, I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting. And I'm not saying James Harden ain't a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he wasn't one of them niggas. But watching what he just did, his stock lowered, and he has and if I'm Cleveland, I'd be pissed off if he picked up that $47, $48 million option he got on the table right now. Because he has an option. Yeah, you know, James Harden, you're not at the point to opt out and be like, I want more. You can't do that at this point in your career. And listen, you my nigga. I love watching you. OKC, the shit you did in Houston. We didn't get to see how it would blossom in Brooklyn. Assist leader. And when you went to Philly, you know, it wasn't a bad job and with the Clippers. This shit that just happened just now, just take what you could get. Take what you could get. My personal opinion, I don't know if this would help him or hinder him, but if I'm Cleveland, I'm going all in for LeBron James right now. If LeBron James could be a free agent, I would go all in right now for LeBron James. I don't know what else you might need one more piece because I'm not counting James Harden. You have Donovan Mitchell, you got Jay, and you got LeBron James. I'm not even carrying Jarrett Allen. I don't like his body language. 2-3 years ago, this nigga Jarrett Allen gonna sit here and say, pardon me, Jarrett Allen gonna sit here and say, well, I ain't know, lad, when I played against the Knicks, the lights was too bright for me. What you mean the lights was too bright for you, nigga? The lights was too bright. Even if you mean that, you don't say that. What do you mean the lights was too bright? And you know what happens? Niggas keep an eye on shit like that. And you know what happened? It looked like they was too bright for you again in this series. Why would you say that? And now we're going to observe if they're too bright. So even if they wasn't too bright, they look too bright. You look scared. You look like a deer headlights. I don't like your attitude to be 6'9", 6'10". And in Eastern Conference Finals, I can't trust you. Eric Mobley, you did a decent job. Evan Mobley, pardon me, you did a decent job. But every time I look out, you popping out for 3. How come every time it's a wide open 3, it's you? Get your big ass down in the paint, nigga. The fuck is you doing, man? You always open for 3. Yo, my nigga. Listen, man. They need to fix the offense, work on defense, get 1 or 2 other people that they can attract. I don't want James Harden. I would be all in for LeBron James right now. And I don't know if that's going to do it, but think about this. The Lakers are not going to win with LeBron James and Luka on the same team. I don't see that happening. Last time you won a championship, it was with LeBron James, who got you a championship for the first time in 50, 60 years, or however long it was. Now, can LeBron do it again? I don't know. He's a little older. Donovan Mitchell, he's capable of putting up some points, but you got to work that offense and you got to get some defensive players there, and you need one more piece. James Harden is not the solution. Jarrett Allen's a deer in headlights. Evan Mobley's always open for 3. He's never in the paint. But if that would be my answer stat, I'm trying to go get LeBron James. And for me, if I'm LeBron James, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, because the last time they seen you, you won a championship for the city. Now, if you don't, they may remember you for not bringing a championship to the city. So, it's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Even regarding James Harden, I know when we talk about his career, if we're not going to take away from the past, but the conversation is always going to be, what have you done for me lately? And I think at this point, a lot of people are feeling a little iffy about James Harden. Just real quick before we move on, Mace, I'm assuming you agree with Cam. At this point, you were willing to you're off the James Harden.
Yeah, but when he got that 47 in the bag, he got to get his 47. Maybe they sign him and trade him, sign and trade with the Lakers. And make the Lakers sign and trade so they get something for LeBron. I know both teams will want to get something for the player they have. That may be a match that really works.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, shout out to the Knicks for this win, but now we're going to go on
Lakers
to
don't want no James Harden.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I don't know who wants James Harden right now, man. And it's sad because James Harden's one of them niggas. It's sad, but listen, and you got to think about this. This was just, and that's why I'm apologizing. This was just a month ago.
Yeah.
That we was like bigger guards. And it's gonna be a different look and all this other shit. Nah, man. I watched the nigga. I watched that nigga. What's this nigga name, man? Benjamin Button's reverse in real time, the other way around. This nigga got old right at halftime. That nigga turned 90, nigga. Word. So.
Shout out to the Knicks. So this next series, we got a tied series after the Spurs beat the Thunder 103-82 in Game 4. As we know, this has been a very good series, back and forth. Mace, how did you feel about the outcome of this game in particular?
This game was really good. Every time I watch them play, I think Wemby goes to a new place as the new face of the NBA, right? From the aspect of his tenacity, his willingness to win. When he hit the shot from half court, I was just like, nah. And then when he did the mic celebration, I was sold. I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, it was a surreal moment where you could tell he's been watching the guys before him. He's been doing his homework. And he looks like he want to put his fingerprint on the game. That's what you always look for in great players. Like, I want this game for you to know that I was on the floor. And I think the way Vassell is playing, Castle is playing, that this is a tough series because it seemed like every game somebody new shows up. I'm not sure if they beat SGA in OKC, but this is gonna go down to the wire. I think this is gonna go all 7 games. I think OKC is coming to play. And I was shocked that SGA didn't get his normal 20. So I don't know what record he just broke, but before that game, he was definitely hitting that 20 mark all the time. I believe he broke Michael Jordan's record and a few other guys' record on the way to that. So I think, this is very important for the legacy of SGA. I think if he wins this one, we could really put him down as that guy. I was in a barbershop, not in a barbershop, but a shout out to the restaurant Knife and a young guy named Kobe that's going to be playing with the Pelicans. He was telling me if SGA win this championship, Killer, that he's the best point guard ever. And I was like, new hotness satisfying this stat. I figured you would like that.
We do like new hotness, and it was Wilt Chamberlain's record, by the way.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
That was in the regular season.
Yes.
Look, the Spurs my team. I love the Spurs. And Greg Popovich came into the locker room after Game 3 and addressed the team after Game 4. He's the forget his title. He's a general manager, head of basketball operations for the Spurs. And when Greg Popovich comes down, because they say he doesn't come down that often, the people pay attention to it. When I think about the Spurs and I look at this team, of course it's my team and I want them to win, but it reminds me of the teams in the 90s, of the Bulls teams that took a little while to get past the Detroit Pistons. And it was just because they were younger, Detroit had a little more experience, so on and so forth. And that's what the Spurs remind me of now. They have an opportunity to do something great. But if I'm looking at this realistically, and like I said, I want the Spurs to win, but I'm just telling you if I have to look at this realistically. The Spurs could have been down before the last Game 4, 0-3. They lost the games 2 and 3 convincingly, and then game 1 they won in double overtime. You don't get a 28 3-point jump shot from Wemby, you're down 0-3. And that's just the realisticness of it. We look at the last game, game 4. Now, we know J-Dub hasn't been playing, but A.J. Mitchell didn't play. A.J. Mitchell is their second leading scorer on the floor. And he helps with ball handling. So the Spurs defense looked like they was playing with a lot of tenacity, but the second ball handler wasn't available. Then you think about Alex Caruso, somebody who's been killing this series. He only takes one shot in the last game. When he's been hitting 3-4 3-pointers, not just scoring, he only takes one shot the whole game. You have to take that into consideration as well. So as much as the Spurs look good, it wasn't about, you have to also take into consideration how bad OKC played. OKC's not going to play that bad every game. I don't even think SGA played in the fourth quarter because Mark Dagnall knew what was going on. Not only that, let's take into the bench points into consideration. The first game, I'm looking at it now. I had just pulled it up in my notes, right? The first game, bench scoring, OKC 76 to San Antonio 23. They outscored them by 50 points, 53 points in the first game. Second game, you get 33 points, OKC to 26 San Antonio points. And then the fourth game, I'll skip third game. First 3 games, OKC won. But the fourth game, you finally get the bench of the Spurs to beat OKC, and he only won it by 4 points with Alex Caruso only taking one shot. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, it doesn't look good. And then you have to think about this. They didn't look worried. They didn't look like they was panicking. SGA had to, hi, whatever we did, we had to do, we going back home. It's all good. So I think they need definitely AJ back. They've been playing a lot of these games without J-Dub, so I think they're comfortable without playing with J-Dub. But you got to definitely get AJ back. And then each game outside of the last game, you got somebody else popping up, whether it's Wiggins. One game is Wallace. You got Fingernail Man, McCain going crazy one day. I'm pissed.
Fingernail Man.
Yeah, man. She's going crazy, man.
You do, though.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm looking at the interview with the nation. No disrespect, McCain. You did your thing. You did your thing. No. He didn't do his game. He didn't do a thing last game stat.
No, 4 points ain't
don't get crazy. Don't get crazy.
But heck.
I'm giving the credit where it's due. Don't get crazy. I said he did his thing in game 3. I'm not going to, don't act like he didn't do a thing last game.
Yo. What it do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And if you ain't already know, we out here talking about something that got the whole 5 boroughs going absolutely crazy right now. If you bleed orange and blue, if you've been rocking with the Knicks through all the dark times, all them losing seasons, all them years where we was just out here suffering and watching other cities celebrate, then my brother, my sister, today's video is a special one. Because the New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals. For real. Not a drill. Not a simulation. The New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals in 2026, and 2 of Harlem's own, Mays and Cam'ron, have been going absolutely stupid about it. We're talking about 2 legends from the block who understand what this city is, who understand what New York basketball means to the culture. And today we're breaking all of it down. So let's get into it. And that right there is what Mays and Cam been most hype about. It ain't just about the wins. It's about what this means to New York City as a whole. Cam'ron straight up said walking through Harlem right now feels different. He said everybody got the jersey on, everybody talking Knicks, old heads on the corner, young kids on the block, everybody is unified behind this team right now. He said the city hasn't had this kind of energy around the Knicks in a real long time. And May's been co-signing everything, talking about how this squad got the hunger. Talking about how you can see it in their eyes every time they take the floor. He said this don't look like no team that's happy just to be here. He said this team came here to win it all. And when May says something like that, when somebody who came from where he came from and lived the life he lived says a team got that dog in them, you gotta take that serious. Now let's break down why this Knicks squad is so different and so dangerous. Because this ain't your typical star player carry the team situation. This ain't built around one dude going for 40 every night and everybody else just trying to keep up. Nah, this is a squad. This is a collective. This is a group of guys who play for each other, who defend at an elite level every single night, who make the right play instead of the flashy play, who compete for 48 minutes without letting up. And that kind of basketball is hard to game plan against because you can't just lock in on one guy. You got to guard everybody. You got to respect every corner, every cutter, every action. This team makes you work for everything you get. And even then they're making it hard. Cam'ron and Mays have both been pointing to this, saying this team is built the right way. The right way. Not manufactured for highlights. Built for winning. Now here's where it gets deep. And this is what got the whole city in their feelings right now. The last time the New York Knicks was in the NBA Finals, the last time, was 1999. 1999. That is over 25 years ago. An entire generation of New York kids grew up never seeing their team in the finals. Grew up watching other cities celebrate. Grew up being the punchline of basketball jokes. Grew up with false hope and disappointing exits every spring. And even in 1999 when they made it, guess who they lost to? The San Antonio Spurs. The same team they're facing right now. Full circle. Destiny. The basketball gods writing a story that you could not make up if you tried. Cam'ron has been saying this is destiny out loud. He said it with no hesitation. May's been saying New York is owed one, that the city has been patient long enough, that it's time. And when you look at the narrative, when you look at the history, when you look at the fact that the Spurs are standing in the way again 27 years later, how can you not feel like this is bigger than basketball right now? Because that is exactly what it is. This is bigger than basketball. New York City is the media capital of the world. The city that never sleeps. The place where everybody from everywhere comes to make it. And for a city that big, for a culture that deep, for a fan base that has been as loyal and as passionate and as long-suffering as Knicks fans have been, this moment is everything. The whole city is watching. The whole country is watching. And Mays and Cam'ron, two Harlem legends, are out here every single day keeping that energy alive, keeping that noise going, representing for every person who ever rocked with the Knicks through the hard times. Game 4 is Thursday. The Garden is going to be the loudest building on the planet. And the Knicks, up 2-1, got a chance to take a commanding 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. New York, this is the moment. This is what we've been waiting for. Cam and May's been saying it. The street's been saying it. And now the whole world got to hear it. The Knicks are here. The Knicks are for real. And they're coming for that trophy. If you're rocking with this video, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment and let us know what you think. Are the New York Knicks bringing the championship back to the city or what? We read every comment that comes through. And if you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications, because we keep it real and we keep it coming. Let's go New York. We out.